this is Tandy Gutierrez, and this is your Tip Tuesday mini-vid. I get lots of questions about lots of different things, and the Tip Tuesday is always the time for me to give you the little snippets of what I can to help answer these questions. A lot of what PYM does is create a bridge from fitness into wellness, and to really help you create a lifestyle of fitness rather than going on this 30, 60, 90-day restriction stuff of beating your body up, both workout-wise and calorically, and figuring out and learning in a really calm and fun way to create a fit lifestyle. Because you always hear, you know, your health is, it's a lifestyle, and you're like, ah, great, all the crunchy granola people, they already figure out and know how to do it. We all had to learn it too, but what I hope is that once we as adults learn it, and especially as parents, that then our children just know it growing up now instead of having to go learn it and go figure it out. There's a ton of different books out there. Clearly, there's always a match for every personality and place in life, and PYM is a match for some people. So today, the topic is clean eating, healthy gut, clean gut. What does it mean? How can I do it? So we all know that we should eat healthier, and you know my opinion on should. You can should all over yourself. You have to really want to do it. You have to really have a reason and a why. So just because it's better for you and you know you should, doesn't mean that you're going to attach to it and do it. Great, okay, but why do you want to? Why are you willing to change your habits and your lifestyle to accommodate it? That's a question you have to answer on your own, but when you've answered it and you're ready to make these transitions, here's how to do it. So what does it mean to eat clean gut, you know, healthy, clean food? Well, you're going to try to eat more whole, real foods, things that haven't been processed, tinkered with, that come in a box or in a package. You're looking for foods, and you're going to try to transition to things that came straight from the earth. So fruits, veggies, if you can, you know, process them, you're going to have nuts and seeds and legumes and beans and all kinds of good stuff. When it comes to animal proteins, you're looking for a little bit less of the animal protein, but more high quality when you do eat it. So wild caught and grass-fed only. What's the whole big deal about clean gut eating and healthy whole food eating? Because what we put in our body matters. We really are what we eat. If our food is not laden in chemicals and it's not laden in additions, and we're really talking about chemicals here, even in other foods, because when you have a process, they put all kinds of stuff in it to thicken it, to change its color so it's more attractive in the package. And these are things your body is not meant to ingest. It's just like opening the underside of your kitchen cabinet where all of your cleaners are and seasoning your food with it, or just straight spraying it in your mouth. They do damage. When you see it in that arena, you understand it. You put the baby locks on it for your kids because you don't want them in there, it'll poison them. Well, our food is doing the same thing in really small doses for an extended period of time when you're not in that clean gut, whole, real food category. So now you see this, you know, movement of getting people into whole, real food, and it seems complicated and expensive, and it's really not. You want to take it one step at a time. So if you want to do like, oh my God, I'm so ready to change, you do my food reset, and it's basically training wheels. It teaches you how to batch cook so you have tons of stuff ready for the entire week, so you're never hungry and you don't have to take a lot of time during the week. It actually saves time overall. So you've already cooked, and then you're kind of more accountable to like, well, it's already made, I should just go eat that. And it can become grab and go and just assembly during the week. It is the only way my family survives. But if you're not willing to do the reset yet, because it is like a 30-day process and you really have to embark on it, and you're gonna find out some stuff about what foods work for your body and what don't. Some people aren't ready for that yet. So I've been asked to give you like tips. If we're not willing and ready to do the reset, how do I make things better? Because I'm all about better is better. You don't knock down the house, rebuild it, redecorate it, and move back in one day. And you don't do that with your food. I didn't always eat like this, and it's been a transition over years of time. It's amazing that PYMers do come and they go, I'm gonna knock it all down, and they do. But everybody comes to it from a different place. So, clean gut eating, what can we do as a step at a time? Number one, get hydrated. Water, it's free most of the time, and it's the only thing that your body needs in order to survive as far as a liquid. It's food, water, shelter that we need, right? So it flushes stuff out of your system. You're literally not holding on to shit, okay? So when that stuff backs up in your body, it creates sickness, it creates disease, it creates muck and uck and bad moods and bad gut bacteria and just yuck. So if you can get hydrated, step number one, you might lose 2 to 15 pounds depending on what your body's holding on to or how dehydrated you were. Yay, extra bonus. Plus you'll have this huge uptake in your energy because water is what we're mostly made of and it's what we run on. We've gotten accustomed to buying sodas and guzzling tea and coffee and juices, and we just don't need it. And it's not what we're built to run on. So getting hydrated, I would say, is the absolute number one thing. If you're gonna embark on that, the goal is half of your body weight in ounces a day to get you fully hydrated, okay? Number two, smoothies. They're so easy. I know they seem so in and so hip, but they're really fast food and they're really easy to do. You can buy organic frozen fruit that keeps for a really long time. The cost is really effective. And no, it's not as good as completely, fresh, but you're not having to chop, you're not having to peel, and it's ready to go. And quite frankly, that's what we do most of the time in my house. I make a big batch and then my kids each get one and my husband and I get one and we're done. So that's one dish in the morning, in the canister in your blender, and then you can go. And with the straw, it's great for your gut, it's great for alkalizing your internal system. All the good health benefits and the nutrients are there, plus they're hydrating and it's really fast and fun. So it's fun to create different blends and different flavors and to do what you like and see, oh, okay, that didn't work, but that was great. So smoothies is number two. I feel like that's the second transition into thing because it's really fun. Number three, for lunches, just go with salads. And I know everybody goes, oh my God, salads. The greatest health food ever. But greens are what clean out the inside. I always think of like the little scrubbing bubbles that go in and just like clean everything out, literally. And so salads there's so many different variations. There's so many different kinds of greens. There's bitter greens. And you've got all of these vegetables and it's raw. And the incredible thing about raw food is maybe you don't do it all the time. That can be hard digestively, but you do get a powerful nutrient pack for the punch, and it's really fast because you're not cooking it. So my second, after the smoothies, is to get you into raw salads for lunch. The next one is after you've kind of got your salads in place, you've got your smoothies in place, you've got your hydration in a good spot, then start looking at your dinners of what can you simplify in them and just make them really clean and clear of what's on the plate. So the more you mix in there and the more sauces and stuff, the more confusing it gets and the more you're like, I'm not sure what was in there. So if you're into animal protein, clean, gorgeous proteins, fish, you can do eggs, and you can do grass-fed everything, and we do in our house. And then you've got cooked veggies. So our digestive system gets weaker as the day goes on. So you can handle the fresh raw stuff earlier in the day, and later in the day you really do need some cooked foods to support everything. So I think really looking towards cooked meals that you're having at home instead of the other chaos. And these are really the biggest points to clean eating. I'm huge on batch cooking, again, because it may be 2 hours of prep for your week, but I guarantee you, and the PYN subscribers will tell you, that once you start doing it, it takes down the stress levels during the week and it saves you time in cooking in the long run. And that was a huge thing in our house. Plus, if you've got people who can't do certain things for some meals, like I can't do nuts and seeds, and I don't do grains, and so, in our house, we can kind of pick apart because we're just assembling. So it's not like you're making everybody a different meal, but you can refine it per person so it fits what they need for their meal. And I really want you all to start thinking of clean gut, whole food eating as this wonderful adventure. There are incredible foods out there that spring out of the earth. Like, how cool. And here we are eating stuff out of boxes. Like, what? That's so weird. And really think of it as an adventure in eating and, something to embark upon and things to discover and to try, rather than this crazy, deprivation. Oh, I can't have these things. And what will I do without this? It's about releasing what you don't need anymore and about embracing the things that make you feel amazing. And why do you want to feel amazing? Because how you feel is literally your experience of life. So if you feel crappy and you're shoving it full of processed foods that are powdery and chemical, how do you think you're going to feel? And if you're putting in real stuff that's bolstered with nutrients and you feel nurtured, and it's like, dun, 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 really, people who eat clean, you go, what the hell, why are they so happy all the time? Because they feel really good and it creates good energy. So it's not just about aesthetics and fitness and what you look like or how much you weigh. It's, how do you feel on the inside and how good are we taking care of all the guts and internal stuff so we don't have medical issues down the road. So these are my bullet points for how to get into clean eating if you're not willing to just jump right into the 30-day reset with me and pimp your mat. And I just want you to try to embrace it as an adventure and something really fun to try, rather than this like, ugh, I can't have that, I'm not allowed to have this, and I shouldn't eat that. Like, you know what? I don't want that anymore. It doesn't make me feel good. Why would I eat it? It doesn't do good things for my body. Why would I eat it? I wouldn't feed it to my infant or my kid, so why am I feeding it to myself? We need to start taking care of ourselves the way we take care of our littles. There's so many things that we don't allow them to have, or we manage how much they get because we know what it can do to their body. Why are we not doing the same thing for ourselves? So happy Tip Tuesday. These are your clean gut, whole food, real eating bullet points. And you want to take on one of them, get really good at it, practice it for a certain period of time, then layer the next one in and the next one and the next one. And pretty soon it's your lifestyle.